I was overloaded with finding grants. We had been successful in finding some provincial grants, but it had become quite a burden to find them, to source them, to do the applications. And so when Jenny approached us, the timing lined up perfectly. And the team was just able to step in and really take that off my plate completely. Initially, they came in and they helped us scope out any grants that would be applicable to what we were doing in our specific sector. And so it was really helpful because our dedicated associate was able to create a roadmap for us. And so we were in the driver's seat the entire time. We were presented with options of which funding do we want to pursue, what the chances of getting it were, what the workload was. We chose which direction to go, and then the team completed the application for us. And it was just really helpful. And then at the end, we were again given a roadmap to say, okay, here's what we did. Here's what you can do in the future. You can either choose to do these applications with us, they're all applicable to you, or you can take them back and do them on your own. Again, we're in complete control. So that was with the Funding Catalyst team, and it was an amazing experience. Not only were we able to be successful in getting an IRAP grant, so we were able to get a $71,000 grant, which for us, it was absolutely huge. So the money obviously is nice, right? And then not only that, but our team was able to coach us through how it works. And so we were very inexperienced with IRAP. And so they were able to walk us through how it works with maintaining the relationships with your ITA, things to watch out for, things to make sure that you do. And it was really, really helpful. And then also looking ahead, they're always looking ahead to the future. So we've got this one grant now that ends in April, and we're already working with a team planning for a second IRAP grant. So setting us up to succeed, not just now, but in the future. And so those conversations are really nice because it's not just a one and done. They truly want to set us up now and for future grants and future funding. I think it really makes sense for startups regardless of the size because you are swimming in a sea of information, right? You're trying to stay afloat. You're trying to make your business run. And there's no way that you can know everything. There's no way that you can know all available funding options, all deadlines, there's just no way to know it all. And I had a background in writing grants and I thought that I had a handle on what was available. And I didn't. There was way more out there than I had realized. I didn't even know where to look. And so I think it's just being able to rely on a company that truly cares about the startups that they're supporting. And that drives them to make sure that they know what's out there, right? So they take it away, they do the research, come back to you, and it's just one thing that you don't have to research, you don't have to be an expert in because you can parcel it out to someone else, right? And so as a startup, that's the trick. You have to know what you keep in-house and what you parcel out, and you make sure that you parcel it out to the right person. And I think that that's really key. We also used Thin Air to help us do our 2023 SR&ED claim. This was completely new for us. We had no idea what we were doing. And so again, we were able to rely on your knowledgeable staff to just come in, work with our accountant, tell us what documents we need to do, what deadlines we need to meet. And it was just really great, again, to have that taken off our plate and know that it was just in the hands of some really knowledgeable professionals. It was very, very different this time around because I didn't have this burden weighing on me of having to do everything. And so Thin Air has a very easy process for working virtually with their clients. And so it was literally as simple as, here's a checklist in Google Drive, upload the documents that I need to the team. They kind of go through, pull the information out, ask me for more questions, and then boom, the application is done. I review it and it gets submitted. So it's very, very different than when I'm the one spending my nights and weekends on this. And you're always your worst critic, right? So when you do it yourself, I put in 20 plus hours on an application, right? Whereas when I'm working with a team, I don't think they're putting in quite that much, but you're getting the same quality and I can use that time I'm not spending on that application, right, for any number of different business things. Aside from the money, that's great. But the value, I think, is just truly knowing what potential is out there, right? And without having to sit down and check all the boxes and make sure that your company fits for this one, but not for this one. The value for me was huge in walking away with that roadmap. And it put me in the driver's seat. And as the year goes on, I can decide if I can take on more grants or if I come back to Thin Air and we work out another contract for them to do more grant funding for us. We value non-dilutive quite highly. And it's been something that was a priority for us since day one. We just lacked the tools and the resources to be able to make it go. And so it's super exciting for me to see it kind of coming to fruition now, not only at the federal level, but also a couple grants at the provincial level. And so we value it highly. I mean, we're a startup company. We're bootstrapped, so we only have one private investor, which is fantastic. We are looking for more investment, but it is part of our strategy right now as we are slogging it out in this bootstrapped environment, a road that we have chosen. These sorts of grants, while the values may not seem huge, they are actually huge to us, and they allow us to set us up to hire. We're planning to expand probably into Q2. We'll look to expand our sales team as a direct result of this grant that we got. I don't know any other word to use other than fantastic. I think that I've been in the startup game long enough to know that not everyone is genuine. Not every company has your best interest in mind, right? And you learn that pretty quickly when you work with different agencies and third parties. You have to be able to tell really quickly whether this is a company that you can trust, that has your best interest in mind. So it was clear from like day one, as soon as I started working with Christina and Jenny, that they truly cared, that they had our best interest in mind, and that they weren't one of those companies that were going to just take our money, do a little bit of work and walk away. And so, I mean, they respond to emails well. Any questions or concerns are followed up immediately. Deadlines are met. Even after our initial proposal was complete and the contract was done, they saw that I was struggling with reporting, or I was stressed about the reporting. And so they came back around and offered an option to take that off my plate as well. They truly care. And that's pretty evident once you start working with the team. And when one person goes on vacation, the next person just kind of picks up the slack, and it's the same level of quality regardless of who you're working with. So over and above the grant writing process, we've been able to capitalize on a number of different events that Thin Air has put on. Some are in person, some are virtual. The latest one was talking about practical steps for setting up your data room. And so this is something, of course, we've heard of a data room. We don't have one. We've been to a number of different events and talked to a number of different founders, and no one could actually give us a step-by-step process of here's how you do it. And Thin Air did very practical, hands-on events that are geared towards truly giving founders the resources and tools that they need to just keep pushing their business forward. We are looking to use the service again. We've already talked with Christina. We'd like to do a second IRAP application. We'd like to make it bigger and better than our first one. And again, we will look to hire through that application. And we're really excited because the risk AI development we're doing right now for IRAP, we'll be able to directly implement that into our flagship product in the second application. So a huge feature update. We're hoping to wrap in some price increase to our pricing model, some more hiring, a bigger staff team. We're just really, really excited. Initially, I looked at the price, of course, and I gasped the first time, But once you actually work with the team and you see what you're getting, it's worth every penny because the team cares and the team is genuine. The quality of the product that you're getting out, right? That roadmap, that those recommendations, the guidance on how to work with your federal and provincial sort of associates when you're at the grant, those that sort of content, it's huge. It's absolutely huge. And it's not something that you're going to get with every single agency that says that they can get you grant money, right? Because I'm bombarded almost every day with these sorts of things, right? And they're not genuine. They don't have your best interest in mind. And it's just, I don't think the quality would be the same as thin air. The Funding Catalyst team helped our company secure an IRAP AI Assist grant. So we were so pleased with that. They helped us get on track and learn how to do shred claims. I mean, learn as in they will always do our future shred claims now. But we sort of learned what is shred, how it works. They walked us through the entire process, so that was fantastic. And the biggest piece for me is you walk away with that grant roadmap. And that is huge. So you know what opportunities are out there tailored to your business, ones that actually you qualify for. That roadmap is the biggest piece for me to walk away from a thin air contract with, because I have that. That's mine. I can choose to either take that away and do it myself, or come back to thin air and have you guys do some more grants with us.